Hello, my name is Peter and welcome to my channel. Today we will work on this motif, which is perfect for table runners or tablecloth. So you can make it as big as you want by joining these motifs together, and you join them as you go. So it's a great project. Okay, this project measures from one side to the other 6 inches, which is 15 centimeters, and it's a square piece. So for this project I will use 1.5 millimeter crochet hook and crochet thread number 10. You will need as much thread, that depends on how big you want to have this table runner or tablecloth. For one motif you will need about 8 grams of crochet thread. As I said, if you're using 1.5 millimeter crochet hook and crochet thread number 10. Okay, so enough words, and let's start with our first motif. So we will start with a slip knot. Yeah. Now we will chain 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slip stitch to the first chain to form a ring. Okay. Now start with a round 1, we will chain 1, and into the ring we will work 16 single crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and the last single crochet is 16. Okay, we will end this round with a single slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made. Okay, we can cut our tail off. And now we are ready to start with a round 2. We will chain 6. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And chain 3 counts as our first double crochet, and chain 3 for the chain 3 space. Yeah. We will work 2 double crochets in each of the next 2 stitches. So 1, and into the next is 2. Chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Again 2 double crochets. 1 into the next stitch, and then into the next 1 double crochet. Chain 3. And we will repeat this pattern around. 2 double crochets. 1, 2, chain 3. Double crochet into the next 2 stitches, so it's 1, and into the next 2. Chain 3. 2 double crochets. Chain 3. 2 double crochets. Chain 3. Okay. And here we have our chain 3 that we count as our first double crochet, and we need to work 1 more double crochet. Okay, and now we will slip stitch into the third chain. Like that. So in this round 2 we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 groups of these 2 double crochets and 8 chain 3 spaces. And now we are ready to start with round 3. We need to slip stitch into the next chain of our chain 3 space, and then we'll slip stitch into the chain space like that, and now we will chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and this chain 4 sorry, counts as our first treble crochet. Into the same space, into the same chain space, we'll work 1 treble crochet like that. Right. Now we will chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Into the next chain 3 space, we'll work 2 treble crochets. So that's 1 and 2. Chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, into the next chain 3 space, 2 treble crochets. 1 and 2. Chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we'll repeat this pattern around. Here we have our last chain 3 space. We will work 2 treble crochets. It's 1 and 2. Chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And we will slip stitch into the 4th chain. Like that. And we are ready to start with a round number 4. Now we will chain 2. 1, 2. And this chain 2 does not count as a stitch. Into the same chain that we slip stitched in, we will work 1 double crochet. Double crochet into the next stitch. Here we have our chain 7 space. In this chain 7 space, we'll work 8 double crochets. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So 1 double crochet and into the next stitch 1 double crochet, and again into the next chain 7 space we'll work 8 double crochets. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, here we have our 2 stitches, and we'll work 1 double crochet in each one of them. So 1 into the first stitch, and then 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Again, into the next chain space, you'll work 8 double crochets. So repeat this pattern around, and we will finish this round here with this last 8 double crochets, and then we will slip stitch into the first double crochet that we made. Not in this chain 2, but into the first double crochet. Now we will start with round 5. We will chain 1, and into the same stitch we will work single crochet. We will work single crochet in each of the next 10 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So in total we have, counting this first single crochet, 11 single crochets. Now we'll chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We will skip 3 double crochets of the previous round. 1, 2, 3. Into the fourth one, we'll work a double crochet. Now we will chain 2. We will skip 1 double crochet, and into the next we'll work double crochet. Okay. Now we'll chain 4, 2, 3, 4. We'll skip 1, 2, 3 double crochets of the previous round, and into the next one we'll work a single crochet. Okay. And we'll single crochet into the next 10 stitches. So in total we have 11. This counts as a first single crochet, then that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 1, 2, 3 double crochets. Into the next we'll work a double crochet, and we'll chain 2, skip 1 stitch, into the next double crochet. Chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 3 double crochets. Into the next we'll work single crochet and single crochet into the next 10. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So again we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 single crochets. So chain 4, skip 1, 2, 3 into the fourth stitch, work double crochet, chain 2, skip 1 stitch, into the next double crochet, chain 4, skip 3 stitches, and work single crochet in each of the next 11. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Chain 4, skip 3 stitches into the, so 1, 2, 3, into the fourth one we'll not double crochet, then chain 2, skip 1 into the next double crochet, chain 4, skip 1, 2, 3 stitches, and slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made. Like that. Okay. We will start with the round number 6. We will chain 1 and into the same single crochet that we slip stitched in, we will work a single crochet. Again, we will work a single crochet in each of the next 10 stitches. And the last one, 10. So we have total of 11 stitches. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into the chain 2 space we'll work 3 double crochets, then we'll chain 3 and 3 double crochets into the same space. Chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Work 1 single crochet in each of the next 11 single crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and the last one, 11. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll repeat this pattern around, so again into the next chain 2 space we'll work 3 double crochets, 2 and 3, then we'll chain 3 and 3 double crochets into the same chain space. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again we'll work 11 single crochets. So repeat this pattern around and finish this round with a chain 5 and slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made in this round. Okay. Round 7. Now we will slip stitch into the next single crochet. Chain 1 and single crochet into the same stitch. Work a single crochet in each of the next 8 single crochets of the previous round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and one more, 8. So in this round we'll have total of 9 single crochets. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll work 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Here we have our chain 3 space. Into the chain 3 space, 2 double crochets. Then chain 3 and into the same chain space, 2 double crochets. Double crochet in each of the next 3 double crochets of the previous round. Like that. Chain 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now we'll skip the first single crochet and we'll work 1 single crochet in each of the next 9 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last one is 9. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again we'll work 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. Into the chain 3 space, 2 double crochets. Then chain 3. Into the same space, 2 double crochets. And 1 double crochet into the next 3 double crochets. It's 1, 2, and 3. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again we'll skip the first single crochet and work 1 single crochet in each of the next 9 stitches, then chain 6 and so on. So repeat this pattern around and finish this round with a chain 6 and slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made. Round 8, we'll slip stitch into the next single crochet. Chain 1, single crochet into the same stitch. Single crochet into the next 6 single crochets of the previous round. It's 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one 6. Now we will chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Work 1 double crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into the chain 3 space, 2 double crochets, chain 3, 2 double crochets into the same chain space. Here we have our 5 double crochets, and we will work 1 double crochet in each one of them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will skip the first single crochet and we will work 1 single crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we will repeat this pattern around. So here we'll work 5 double crochets, then 2 double crochets, chain 3, and 2 double crochets in this chain 3 space, 5 double crochets, chain 7. Again, skip the first single crochet and work 1 single crochet in each of the next 7 stitches. Finish this round with a chain 7 and slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made in this round. Round number 9, we will slip stitch into the next single crochet. Chain 1, single crochet into the same stitch. Single crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we will chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We will work 1 double crochet in each of the next 7 double crochets of the previous round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Into the chain 3 space again we'll work 2 double crochets, chain 3, and 2 double crochets into the same chain stitch. Here we have our next 7 double crochets, and we will work 1 double crochet in each one of them. So it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last one, 7. Chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We will skip the first single crochet and work 1 single crochet in each of the next 5 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last one, 5. Chain 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and repeat this pattern around. Finish this round with a chain 8 and slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made. We will start with the round number 10. We will slip stitch into the next single crochet. Now we will chain 1 and single crochet into the same stitch. So single crochet, 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. Now we will chain 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Work 1 double crochet in each of the next 9 double crochets of the previous round. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Into the chain 3 space we work 2 double crochets, then we'll chain 3, and into the same chain space 2 double crochets, 9 double crochets, 1 each of the next 9 double crochets of the previous round. Okay, chain 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Skip the first single crochet and work 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Chain 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So repeat this pattern around and finish this round with a chain 9 and then slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made. Now we'll start with round 11. Slip stitch into the next single crochet, chain 1 and single crochet into the same stitch. Now we will chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Double crochet into the first double crochet. Chain 3. We will skip 2 double crochets and into the third we will work double crochet. Chain 3. Skip 2 stitches into the next double crochet. Chain 3. Skip 2 stitches into the next double crochet. Chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Here we have our chain 3 space. Into the chain 3 space we will work double crochet. Then we will chain 3 into the same space, double crochet, chain 3, and 1 more double crochet into the same space. Okay, then chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We will skip the first double crochet and into the next we will work double crochet, chain 3, skip 2 stitches into the next double crochet, chain 3, skip 2 into the next stitch we work double crochet, chain 3, skip 2, and in our last double crochet we'll work double crochet. And now we will chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Here we have 3 single crochets of the previous round. We will skip the first one, and into the second, into the middle, we'll work single crochet. Chain 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And again, we'll work a double crochet into the first double crochet. Then we'll chain 3, we'll skip 2 stitches, and into the next we'll work a double crochet. So repeat this pattern around and finish this round with a chain of 10 and then slip stitch in our first single crochet here. that we made in this round. We'll start with our last round, round number 12. Slip stitch into the next chain space. Now we will chain 1. Into the space we will work 9 single into the chain space we'll work 9 single crochets. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Chain 3, and into the same space we'll work 2 single crochets. 1 and 2. Here we have our chain 3 space. Into the chain 3 space we'll work 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, then we'll chain 3, and into the same space 2 single crochets. Again into the next chain 3 space, 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets. So in each chain 3 space we'll work 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets. Our last chain 3 space, 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets. Yeah. Here we have our chain 10 space. We work 2 single crochets, chain 3, and now we work 9 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. And we'll work into the next chain space with 9 single crochets. It's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Chain 3 and 2 single crochets. 1, 2. And again, here we have our chain 3 spaces, and in each chain 3 space we'll work 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets. So repeat this pattern around. Repeat this pattern around, and we will finish this round with the last 9 single crochets, and then we'll slip stitch into the first single crochet. And we are at the end of this first motif we have our 9 single crochets, and now we'll slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made. We can chain 1 and cut our thread. And we are done with our first motif. So, to joining these motifs together, what you need to do is work exactly the same motif until the last round. You work 11 rounds as we did in this first motif, and then we will join them together. I will show you how, and so go and start this video all over again and work from round 1 until the round 11, and I will meet you at the start of the round 12. So again we are at our last round, and now we will start to join in our motifs. So we'll slip stitch into the next chain and into the chain space, chain 1, and we will work exactly as we did before this last 12, round number 12. So we'll work with 9 single crochets into the chain space, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Chain 3 and 2 single crochets into the chain space. Into the chain 3 space, again 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets. To the next space, 2 single crochets, chain 3, 2 single crochets. So basically we start as normal for the round 12. Into the next space, 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets. This one is our middle, is our corner. Into this corner we'll work normally with 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets into the same space. Well, we have to work to this next chain 3 space with 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets into the same space. Okay, so here is our first double crochet, and on top of this double crochet that we skipped, you see here we skipped 2 and here only 1. Right after the corner we'll work 2 single crochets, 1, 2. Now instead of chain 3 we will chain only 1. Okay, and we'll take out our hook. Here is our first motif. So we will join in this chain 3 space here. See, it's on top of this 1 double crochet, and here is our corner. So there's first chain 3 and this is our second. Here we'll insert our hook, pull our thread through, and now we will chain 2, and we will work as normal 2 single crochets into the chain 3 space. Okay, we'll go into the next chain 3 space, we'll work 2 single crochets, then we'll chain 1, insert our hook into our next chain 3 space, pull our thread through, chain 2, and again into our motif we'll work 2 single crochets. 2. Into the next chain 3 space, 2 single crochets, chain 1, go into the next chain 3 loop, pull our thread through, chain 2, and again 2 single crochets. Into the next chain 3 space, 2 single crochets, chain 1, go into our next chain 3 loop, pull our thread through, chain 2, and 2 single crochets into our chain 3 space. Here we have our chain 10, we'll work 2 single crochets, and again chain 1, we'll insert our hook into this chain 3 loop, pull our thread through, chain 2, and now we'll work 9 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll go, here is how it looks like our joining. Really neat and beautiful joint. Like that. So we will go into our next chain 10 space. We'll work our 9 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Chain 1, and we have to join into this chain 3 loop here. So we'll pull our thread through, chain 2, and into the chain 10 space we need to work on our 2 single crochets. Okay, into next chain 3 space, 2 single crochets, chain 1, again we'll insert our hook into the next loop, pull our thread through, chain 2, and we'll work 2 single crochets in our chain 3 space. Let's go into the next space, 2 single crochets, chain 1, hook into the next loop, pull through, chain 2, and 2 single crochets back into our current motif. Next one, 2 single crochets, chain 1, again into the next motif, into our loop, pull thread through. Now we will chain 2 and 2 single crochets. 1, 2, and we need to join one more time. We'll join on top of this 1 double crochet, so 2 single crochets, chain 1, pull through, insert into the next chain 3 loop, pull our thread through, chain 2, and 2 single crochets. 2. Okay. and we are done with this joining of these two motifs together. Now we'll work as normal. So 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets into the same space. Into the next space, 2 single crochets, chain 3, 2 single crochets. The next space, 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets. So continue this way around and finish this edge just like we did on our first motif. And when you come around here, we'll work this last 9 single crochets and then slip stitch into the first single crochet that we made, chain 1, and you can cut your thread. So as you can see, each motif we will join for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, 5 times on each side. So go finish this motif, then again work on your third motif as you would until the round 11, and then we'll meet again and I will show you how to join your next motif. Basically it will be the same way because we will join it here. So again it will have 10 joined points. So okay, finish this and we'll meet in our next motif. Okay, so here we have our third motif, and we will start with around 12 as we normally do. So slip stitch into the first chain of our chain 10 space, then slip stitch into the chain 10, chain 1, and into this chain space we'll work 9 single crochets. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, chain 3 and 2 single crochets into the same space. Again we will work into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chain 3 spaces as we normally do, with 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets into the same space. Again into the next one, 2 single crochets, chain 3, 2 single crochets. Into the third space, 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets. Into the fourth, 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets. Fifth one, 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets. And the sixth one, again 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets, like that. And now we are in a chain space on top of this one double crochet just next to this center. We will work 2 single crochets, then chain 1, and we will start joining. If you would make one row, of these motifs, you will start joining here, yes, but we'll make it a square for the sake of this tutorial, and I will start joining here. So you can see this is our corner, then 1 into the second, chain 3 space here, I lose it a loop here, so chain 1, yes, and we will put hook into this chain 3 space, and we'll pull a loop through, then we'll chain 2 and we'll work 2 single crochets in our current motif. 2 single crochets into the next space, then we'll chain 1 and we will go into the next chain 3 loop, pull through, chain 2 and again 2 single crochets in our current motif. 2 single crochets into the next space, chain 1, insert hook into the next chain 3 loop, pull our thread through, chain 2 and again back to our current motif with the 2 single crochets. 2 single crochets into the next space, chain 1, again we will go into the next chain 3 loop, pull through, chain 2 and 2 single crochets in our current motif. Okay. Now we have here our chain 10, we'll work 2 single crochets, 1 and 2, then we'll chain 1, pull up a loop, insert our hook into the next chain 3 space, which is on this long chain 10. Let's that pull a loop through, chain 2, and we will go back to our chain of 10 and we will work our 9 single crochets, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, one more, 9. Here we have our next chain of 10, we'll work 9 single crochets, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, now we'll chain 1 and we will start joining into the next 5 loops. So the first join will be here. Here we have our 9 single crochets of the previous motif and then chain 3 loop, and we will insert hook into this chain 3 loop, pull our loop, our thread through, then we'll chain 2 and we'll work here 2 single crochets. Okay, we'll go into the next chain 3 space with the 2 single crochets, chain 1, pull up a loop, insert our hook into the next chain 3 loop of our previous motif, pull our thread through, then we'll chain 2 and 2 and we'll work 2 single crochets, 1, 2, into the next space, 2 single crochets, chain 1, into the next loop, pull our thread through, chain 2 and 2 single crochets, into the next loop, 2 single crochets, chain 1, into the next chain 3 loop, pull through, chain 2 and work 2 single crochets, and for our last time 2 single crochets, it's 1, 2, chain 1, okay. We'll pull our thread through, chain 2 and 2 single crochets, and we are done with this joining. So into the next chain 3 space we'll work 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets. Into the next loop, 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets. Next loop, 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets. Oops, sorry about that. It was a little bit loose. Good. And again into the next chain 3 loop, 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets. So what we made, here are our first two motifs, and here is the join of our next motif. So what I would like you to do now is continue with this edge of this motif around, and here you will work this 9 single crochets and then slip stitch into the first single crochet, chain 1, fasten off and hide the tail. Okay, so if you see until now, the next motif I will show you is the fourth motif here, and we will join it on this side and this side. So finish this motif and then start with a new one, and I will meet you at the end of the round 11 or at the start of the last 12th round, and we will join this motif together. Okay. So now we will start with our joining with a motif number 4. We'll slip stitch into the next chain and into the chain 10 space, chain 1, and again we'll work our 9 single crochets, now we'll chain 3 and 2 single crochets into the space. Okay. Again into the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, chain 3 spaces. We'll work as usual with the 2 single crochets, then chain 3 and 2 single crochets into the same space. Two single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets. Now in the next chain 3 space we will start with our joining of these motifs. So we will start in this corner and work our way to the left and then down. First we need to make our 2 single crochets, chain 1, and we will start. So here is our corner and here is our chain 3 space. Into the next space with 2 single crochets, chain 1, and we will go into the next chain 3 space. loop through, then chain 2 and 2 single crochets. Next space, chain 1. After a while you get used to this. Then into the next space, okay. So now we are at our chain 10 space, 2 single crochets, chain 1 and into this loop. Now we have to work on our 9 single crochets in this chain space. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Into the next chain 10 space, 9 single crochets, 8 and 9, chain 1. So here's our chain 3 loop. We'll pull our thread through, then we'll chain 2 and 2 single crochets. The next space, 2 single crochets, again chain 1 into the next chain 3 loop, pull through, chain 2 and 2 single crochets. The next loop, chain 1. So this is the way you already know by now. To the next loop, chain 1, and we have joined these two motifs in 1, 2, 3, 4 places. So this is the last join. So 2 single crochets, chain 1 into the next loop, chain 2 and 2 single crochets, 1 and 2. Okay, so here's our next motif. Now for the next 2 loops we'll work as normal with 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets into the same loop. So that's 1, and into the next again 2 single crochets, chain 3 and 2 single crochets back into the same space. And here's our again 1 double crochet and then a loop on top of it, and here we'll start joining our next motif. So 2 single crochets, chain 1 and we'll join this motif. So here we worked 2 spaces with 2 double crochets, and so we have this 1, 2, chain 3 loops, and we will skip this one. So we skip this, so the one that are in a corner, and we will connect with the next loop. Chain 2 and 2 single crochets into the current motif. Next space, 2 single crochets, we go into the next loop, and we will join as before. Single crochets, chain 1, go into the next loop, chain 2 into the current motif, 2 single crochets, 2 single crochets into the next space, chain 1, insert your hook into the next loop, pull through, chain 2 and 2 single crochets. Okay, so now we are at our chain 10 space. We'll work 2 single crochets, chain 1, and we have to join this into this chain 3 loop, chain 2, and now we'll work here 9 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and one more, this 9, into the next chain 10 space, 9 single crochets, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, chain 1, and we need to connect this 5 more times. So into the next loop, we'll pull through, chain 2, and 2 single crochets into this chain space. Again into the next space, 2 single crochets, chain 1, the next loop, chain 2 and 2 single crochets. Next space, 2 single crochets, chain 1, next loop, chain 2 and 2 single crochets back into the current motif. Next space, oh, this is so repeatable now. Our last joining, so into this loop, through, chain 2 and 2 single crochets. Okay, so we're done with this joining, and now we'll work as usual around, and we'll finish this here in our first single crochet. And here we work with a chain 3 now. Oh, my neighbors will tear this building down. So continue this way, and I will meet you at the end of this round. So we have to work on our 9 single crochets. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last one is 9. And we will slip stitch into the first chain that we made, chain 1, and now we can cut our thread and fasten off. So I will hide this tail, and yes, this is how we join our 4 motifs. So hope you like this tutorial, and yeah, we are done. You can make this table runner or tablecloth as big as you want. This is the basic way how to do it. So maybe if you want, you can make this the next motif, then here, or just one row of motifs. It's totally up to you. So leave it in the comments below what you are making, how big you will make. At the beginning of the video I told you that this motif weighs 8 grams, so you can calculate how much of a thread will you need for this project. So first time here and you like this video, don't think about subscribe to my channel, hit the bell notification button. Yeah, and that's it. Hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I see you next time. And until then, don't forget, enjoy your crocheting and of course be safe.